Hey guys, welcome back to another hiking adventure. Today I'm up in the Ruby Mountains up in northern Nevada at Lamoille Canyon, about to do the Ruby Crest Trail, at least part of it. I'm about to do about 11.3 miles of it, and I'm doing what is called the Castle Lake Loop, which is on AllTrails. And I was here about 4 years ago, and this is a gorgeous hike, probably the top 15 hikes I've ever done. It's so amazing, and I'm glad to be back. And last time I only did about 8 miles because AllTrails wasn't as good as it is now, and I couldn't figure out where to go at a certain point. But I'm back, and I'm going to continue on further. And what's awesome about this hike, it passes a lot of beautiful lakes, multiple beautiful lakes, and it's just a stunning hike. You're going to enjoy seeing this. So like I said, I'm doing the Castle Lake Loop Trail on AllTrails, and this trail is labeled as hard at 11.3 miles round trip and 2,874 feet of elevation gain. So it is late July right now, and it's about 7:30 in the morning. Temperature's about 47 degrees. It's supposed to go up to about 79 degrees later in the day. So this is pretty comfortable hiking weather for summertime. So in my opinion, the Ruby Mountains and Great Basin National Park are the two most beautiful places to hike in Nevada. I'm actually going to Great Basin tomorrow, so I'll be doing some videos over there as well. Yeah, you know what's funny is this place makes me feel like I'm hiking in Yosemite. It looks very, very, very similar to Yosemite, just without the bears. So I can totally see why they labeled this trail hard. There's a lot of climbing on this one, but it's totally worth it. So it looks like I just reached the first lake. This one's called Dollar Lake. So I actually should have said Dollar Lakes because there are 3 little lakes right next to each other that consist of the Dollar Lakes. Here is a side view of one of the Dollar Lakes. All right, this one is Lamoille Lake. It looks like he's admiring the view as well. Fat little chipmunk too, so I think people have been feeding him. Well, I'm not going to be feeding him. You got to keep the wildlife wild. But look at this view. Isn't this insane? This lake is so beautiful. Check out this frog. So I remember this part of the hike, I'm on the switchback part where I'm gonna get some pretty amazing views of Lamoille Lake from above. So driving here from Las Vegas is about 7 hours, and if you're not camping and looking for reasonable hotels, I would say go with Elko, Nevada, only an hour away. It's a casino town, so you'll find a pretty decent one for under $100. So Las Vegas has been having the hottest summer on record, so it's been a nice relief to come here where it's way cooler. So I believe the Ruby Crest Trail is roughly about a 34-mile round trip, and I'm only doing 11, you know, but there's a lot of backpackers on this hike, and there are even more lakes after the one I'm going to. So if you're into backpacking, this would be an ideal place to do that. So up here, we do have patches of ice. This trail is still going up, but when I get to the very top, you're gonna get the most amazing view of Liberty Lake. Liberty Lake is one of the most beautiful lakes I've ever seen. You'll see why. Liberty Lake, isn't that a beauty? So now the trail actually goes down to Liberty Lake, and we'll still get some really nice views from above as I go down. It's crazy how beautiful this lake is. What a beauty Liberty Lake is. I still have 2 more lakes to hit on this trail. So that big beautiful lake down there is Favre Lake, and that's the next one we're going down toward. You can totally see I wasn't lying about saying that this is one of the most beautiful places in Nevada. So the last time I was here 4 years ago, this was my turnaround point because I couldn't continue on because I had no idea what AllTrails was telling me or where the trail was going. This time though, it looks great. I totally know where I am. I know where I'm going, and I'm gonna do it as a loop, kinda. This part, loop down to Favre Lake, go on a out and back to Castle Lake, and then loop a different way back up to this point, back up to Liberty Lake basically, and then go back the same way I came, all the way back to the car. But this whole portion will be all new to me, so I'm pretty excited. So I just left the Ruby Crest Trail and now I'm on the Favre Lake Trail. So I made it down to Favre Lake. We'll see more of that lake on the way back after I see Castle Lake. The trail to Castle Lake is very faint, so I was barely able to find it. It's a super steep uphill to the lake. This part has actually been the hardest part so far of the whole hike. It's really steep. This is Castle Lake. I'm gonna assume they call it Castle Lake because of that cool looking rock up there above the lake. This was a pretty tough lake to get to, but it's beautiful. Now I'm gonna sign off for a little bit and head back to the main trail again. So I'm back on the main trail again, and for now I'm gonna be hiking on the back side of Favre Lake, and then it's gonna take me uphill back to Liberty Lake and then continue on back to the car. Be sure you have the AllTrails link for this hike that I have in the description below downloaded to your phone when you do this hike. Otherwise, this section right here going to Castle Lake and then back onto this trail, it's very confusing. The trail's very faint in some areas. Some of the trail is gone. So good idea to have that downloaded. That way you don't get lost. It was especially important in this section. All right, you guys, so I made it to Liberty Lake, and that was a very tough climb just now to come here from Favre Lake. I'm not gonna lie. Hardest parts of the hike, going to Castle Lake and then back up to Liberty Lake. And it's totally worth it. This hike is beautiful. Highly recommend it. If you can come out here, do it. It does rival, like, let's say Yosemite or any other beautiful national park. You guys, I really want to thank you so much for joining me on this adventure today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you have not done so already, I would totally love for you to subscribe to my channel so I can take you with me on future hiking adventures around the beautiful silver state of Nevada or other parts of the nation. Thanks again. I'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time.